Hi friends, welcome back to your practice. My name is Jess and I'm grateful to have you here with me. Today's class is going to be a quick flow and it's going to be just that. It's a flowy, mid-paced vinyasa practice that you can fit into a short time period. If you like classes like this, consider subscribing to my channel or sending it to one of your friends so that we can practice together more often. And if you'd like to dive deeper into your personal practice by coming on a yoga retreat, doing a deeper training, or just learning more about yoga in general, please check out my website at jrockyoga.com, and I'm very active on Instagram at jrockyoga. Let's get to the flow. Let's get started today in child's pose. So come to the back of your mat, bring your knees nice and wide, and then intentionally lengthen through your heart and begin to soften into your posture. As you land here in child's pose, begin to notice that you're breathing. And allow your mind to follow your breath in and follow your breath out. And with each breath, see if you can get more and more focused on the pathway of your breath, where you notice it entering, how you notice it exiting, what parts of your body your breath fills, becoming very aware and very focused on your breath. And upon your next inhale, draw it in deeply, as much as you can, and hold your breath when you get to the very top. Open your mouth, big sigh, allowing yourself to drop a little deeper into your posture. And then begin to bring awareness to your fingertips and spread them nice and wide on your mat. And begin to walk your hands over toward the right side of your mat, as far as you can. And then maybe you place your left hand on top of your right hand and you press your left hand away from you. As you press your left hand away from you, draw your left hip back so you feel a big stretch from left armpit all the way down into your left hip. And then as you inhale, come back through center and walk over to the left. Allow your right hand to plant on top of your left hand if that feels good to you. Otherwise, they can just be next to each other. And then press your right hand away from you. As you press your right hand away from you, draw your right hip back and feel the extension and the stretching through your whole right side body. Find your breath. And then begin to walk your hands back toward the front of your mat. Grip into your fingertips and round by pressing off your shins up to all fours. Tuck your toes and then slink back to an active child's pose. So not much has changed except that your toes are tucked and it feels a little bit more pouncy. There's a little bit more space between you and the mat and you could really press off your feet if you needed to. Grip into your finger pads here and again, inhale, spring forward. Allow your hips to drip toward the floor, keep your toes tucked. Bend your elbows just a little and scoop your heart forward and up. Squeeze your elbows into your rib cage, big inhale. Exhale, press into your hands and your toes, round like a cat until your sitting bones touch your heels. Inhale, glide forward. Dipping your hips, bending your elbows, shooting your heart up. Exhale, press the ground away and round. Back to your active child's pose. Two more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round. I'm just warming up, getting into your breath. Last one. Inhale, come forward. Exhale all the way back. The next time you come forward, pause. Untuck your toes so the tops of your feet touch the tops of your feet touch the ground. Bend your elbows. Again, slingshot your heart forward, big inhale. And as you exhale, bend into your elbows and lower all the way down to the floor. Open your hands wide, tent up onto your fingertips like there's a cupcake under your palm and you don't want to squish it. And spike your elbows up toward the sky. Press into the pinky toe edges of your feet, feel your kneecaps lift, and then as you inhale, wave your spine up. Your eyes are the last thing to look up. And exhale, same thing. As you lower, eyes are the last thing to go down. 2 more wide cobra, inhale. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale. Exhale, release. Hands come underneath your shoulders or maybe a little bit farther back. See what feels good for you. Tuck your toes once again. And as you inhale, come to a regular cobra. And as you exhale through your knees, pouncy child's pose. Inhale, glide halfway forward. And as you exhale, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. And this might be your first downward facing dog of the day, so feel free to wiggle out your hips, bend your knees. Do what you need to do to feel comfortable in this pose. Almost like you're getting out the scribbles, the wiggles, how we do morning pages or read journal before bed to get out our thoughts. These little movements that your body calls you to do, those are like your morning pages for your body. Even if it's evening, it's kind of like getting out the day. So don't be afraid to move and breathe in ways that I'm not cueing you to do. Really tune into the language of your specific body, because we all have a language, and once we learn it, we can speak to our body and we can understand what it needs from us. Come to some type of stillness. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way up to your tippy toes and begin to tippy toe all the way your feet up to your hands. When you get there, hands to shins, halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reaching your arms up overhead, big stretch. Hands to heart center, samastitihi as you exhale. Take a moment here. Maybe you close down your eyes if that feels good in your body. And welcome in an intention for your practice. What would you like to welcome more of into your heart, your mind, your soul? What would you like to make space for through our asana? Our asana helps us to move the body so that we can quiet our mind. So what would you like to welcome in when the mind has space? Blink your eyes open if they're shut. Inhale, circle your arms up over your head, big stretch. Maybe gaze follows the thumbs. As you exhale, bow forward and fold, gentle bend of your knees. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step back to a nice high plank. Shoulders are engaged, ribs are absorbed in to your belly. Lift through your quads, your thighs are very active. As you inhale, remember your knees can drop, glide forward, and as you exhale, lower through your full chaturanga, all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, interlace your fingers behind your back. Before you go anywhere, press down through the tops of your feet, feel your kneecaps lift, and then roll your shoulders back and together. That might already lift your heart a little bit. Elbows can be bent as much as you need. As you inhale, press your knuckles back, lift your heart more. And then lift your legs, spread your toes. Breath in. Breath out. Keeping your legs lifted, release your bind, plant your hands right beside your rib cage. As you inhale, press up and rock up, King Cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and long breath out. Press your hands like they're going through the floor, through the mat behind you, or beneath you, not behind you. So it's almost like your hands and your arms extend longer than they do. And the more you press, the longer they get. Feel the length through your side body. On your next inhale, come all the way up onto your tippy toes. And begin to tippy toe, all the way up to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, bow forward and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Maybe you look up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Inhale, glide it forward. And as you exhale, lower through your chaturanga all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes and interlace your fingers behind your back. Press down to the tops of your feet and roll your shoulders back and together. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your toes. Find a breath. So try not to look too up, look down so that your neck is long. Big breaths in and long breaths out. One more inhale. Keep your legs up, release your bind, hands plant. Press up, king cobra. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and long breath out. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way up on your tippy toes, and as you exhale, drop both heels over towards the right, anchor both heels, and bend into both of your knees. So you're in a little bit of a side squat. As you inhale, shoot forward into a plank, and then as you exhale, bend back into your side squat. Inhale, plank. Exhale, side squat. This time, inhale, regular plank. And as you exhale, drop your heels over to the left, bend in, little squat, side squat. Inhale, plank. Heels to the left, side squat. Inhale, plank. Heels to the left, side squat. Inhale, back to your plank. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Step your left foot center and inhale, lift your right leg all the way up toward the sky. Draw your knee to your nose and then step your right foot to your right thumb. As you inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Take your left wrist with your right hand, and as you inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, stretch over to the right. Inhale, release, come back to your crescent, and as you exhale, warrior two. Settle into your warrior, feel lift to the crown of your head. And then as you inhale, straighten your arms and straighten both legs. Turn your right toes in and turn your left toes out. Reopen your arms. Inhale, find length, and as you exhale, reach your left hand to the back of your mat and then down for triangle pose. Right arm up toward the sky. Draw your hips toward the right side of your mat. Lean both shoulders open and back. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, reach your right arm over your ear, bend into your left knee. Low runner's lunge facing the back of your mat. Inhale, scoop your heart forward. And as you exhale, step your right foot to meet your left and fold. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, come up onto your tippy toes, lifting your heels. Hands will come to your heart. Slowly start to lower down. Lower down, lower down, lower down. Until your bum touches your heels. Reach your arms out in front of you. Let your heels now touch the ground and open your knees wide until you sit down. Walk your feet out a little bit more in front. Curl your low ribs down towards your pubic bone and begin to lower all the way to the floor. Reach your arms back over your head. Extend your legs long, big stretch. And as you exhale, knees come in, big hug. Send your legs straight up toward the sky. Take your hands behind your head and spread your toes. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, right arm reaches outside your left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch sides. And switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll, up and back, until you roll right up into your chair. Hands come right back to your heart center. Ground into your right leg, and as you inhale, stand, pull your left knee into your chest. Beautiful. Straighten your left leg and begin to tip on your axis, scooping your heart forward, left leg up and back. Release your arms behind you, airplane. Lift your heart, lift your heel. Press down into your standing leg and get long. Begin to reach your arms forward as you bend into your standing leg and gracefully step your left foot to the back of your mat. Warrior 2, open it up. Inhale, flip your front palm and reverse. Begin to straighten your right leg. Look down at your left toes. Turn your right toes in and pivot all the way to the front of your mat. Anchoring your right hand, left arm goes to the sky, open twist. As you inhale, left arm reaches. And then come up onto your back toes and your front heel. Press into the ground, round, and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, press off your toes, glide forward. Exhale, a vinyasa of your choice. We all meet in downward facing dog. When you get back, big breath in. Big breath out. Right foot steps center. Inhale your left leg all the way up toward the sky. Pull your knee toward your nose and gently step your left foot to your left thumb. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Press off your back toes, getting taller, and then take your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, stretch up, and as you exhale, stretch over to the left. Keep pressing off your back toes and really lifting through your heart. Come back to your crescent, release your grip. Warrior 2. Shoulder blades hugging together. Gaze is steady and strong. Inhale, begin to flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Straightening your front leg, turn your front toes in and turn your back toes out. Reopening your arms to prepare for triangle. Inhale, reach your right hand back. And as you exhale, right hand comes down to your shin, the floor, or a block. Of course, when we turn in a mandala flow, I'm not facing you right now, but when we turn and the blocks are at the front of the mat, sometimes you have to run back to the front of the mat and grab your blocks. Inhale, and then begin to reach your left arm over your ear as you exhale, bend into your bottom leg and come to your runner's lunge. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, step forward to your chair. Come up on to your tippy toes, hands drop into your heart center. Slowly start to lower down, and pause halfway. And then I invite you to practice your crow pose. So once you've paused halfway, keep your toes touching and then open your knees wide. Now, reach your arms forward and plant them. See, I'm off my mat, and that's okay. You can jump back a little bit to be on your mat. Press both of your hands underneath your shoulders, grip into the fingers, lift all the way up onto your tippy toes, and stack your knees into your armpits. Look forward. Maybe same time, heels lift to bum. Look forward, press the ground away. 5, 4, 3, 2, yogi squat. Replace your feet on the ground, hands to heart. Inhale, pull your heart toward your thumbs, lift the crown of your head toward the sky. Exhale, ground into your feet, soften your tailbone. A few cleansing breaths here. Reach your arms forward, And then begin to sit your bum down on the ground. Extend your feet a little bit forward and curl your low ribs to your pubic bone. We're not going to stay here long, so curl slow. And as soon as you get to the ground, hug your knees into your chest, big squeeze. Begin to rock up and back. Up and back using the core that we've just turned on until you rock up and back into your chair. Hands come to your heart. Ground firmly into your left leg, and as you inhale, straighten left leg, pull right knee into your chest. Extend your right leg long behind you, tip on your axis. Right leg back, heart forward. Release your arms behind you, airplane. I'm saying hello to my beautiful tree back here. Lift through your collarbones, lift through your sternum, and ground through your bottom leg. Reach your arms forward and step your right foot to the back of your mat, warrior two, open it up. Inhale, flip your front palm and reverse it. Look back at your right foot as you begin to straighten your left leg. Pivot your left toes in and turn your right toes out, cartwheeling your left hand down, low runner's lunge. Anchor your left hand, inhale your right arm up toward the sky. Nice open twist. Extend your right arm forward over your right ear. Come up onto your back toes, rock back onto your front heel, and suction your straight leg back, down dog. Inhale, glide forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Deep breath in, and long breath out. On your next inhale, come up to your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look between your hands, and hop to a seat. Good job. So we've been rolling in this flow. So send your feet out in front of you, knees bent, reach your arms forward on an inhale. And then slowly curl your low ribs down towards your pubic bone. And again, press your feet forward. Start to roll back. When you get down, walk your heels in closer to your bum and send your fingertips down so that they can almost, maybe they touch your heels, but they don't have to, or maybe your fingertips almost touch your heels. That's the energetic direction that our hands are going. If you have any type of shoulder impingement, flip your palms up for this posture. If not, palms can stay down. Press into your heels and the ball mounds of your feet, lift your hips. Bridge pose. You can begin to snuggle your shoulder blades together underneath you. I love to flip my palms up because I feel like this gives me more space. But try both and see what feels good for you. Find your breath. Press the ground away, lift, lift, lift through your rib cage. And then come up to your tippy toes. Start to roll down upper back, middle back, low back, and heels. Maybe you drop your knees to the left and to the right, a little windshield wiper action. And we'll come up again. Root down through your heels, your shoulders, the base of your skull, and inhale, lift, bridge pose. Think about an energetic line in the center of your body so everything is hugging inward and upward, giving you more space each breath. And allowing your front body the chance to open. Especially if we're sitting a lot for our day job or we're on our phone a lot, these postures are a beautiful counter to our forward lives. And not only are they a counter to our forward-facing lives, our heart openers and our back bends are very tied to our energetic body and our emotions of safety, of love. Come up to the tippy toes, start to roll down, upper, middle, and low. Open your arms to a wide T or maybe goalpost them, and toe heel your feet as wide as feels good for you, and drop your knees in on one another. They can go super wide if you really would like a deeper stretch or if you're not feeling it, or they can stay closer if you want to feel a little bit more supported. Allow yourself some time to breathe. And welcome your intention from the beginning of your practice back in. Make space for your intention in your heart, and know that you made time today to show up just for you. You carved out space to fill up your own cup and to explore the inner workings of your soul. Each time we show up for ourselves and we come to our asana and our pranayama practice, it allows us to dance with who we truly are and to dance with the divine energy within ourselves. And that spills out into our daily lives and how we react to our surroundings. Slowly begin to separate your knees and extend your legs long on your mat. Your arms can stay as they are. You can bring them down by your sides for a more traditional Savasana. I like to spread out like a starfish. Together, we take an inhale deep down into our bellies. And as you exhale, let something go. We'll do it again. Big, deep inhale. Begin to take rest in your Savasana, only getting up when you feel like you've fully simmered, like a cake baking when you feel like you're fully baked and you're ready. Only then rise from your Savasana and take on the rest of your day. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed this quick vinyasa flow. If you did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel or sharing it with a friend so that we can practice together all the time. And if you'd like to dive deeper into your practice by coming on a yoga retreat, doing a training, or learning more about yoga in general, please check out my website at jrockyoga.com. And I'm very active on Instagram at jrockyoga. I'll see you next time.